Where do you come to get all your news? Washington forward.
So we're going to move now to Ayo Handy. Hi there, Ayo. How are you?
I am so grateful and thank you, Dr. Corbett. I took notes. Very, very helpful. I really appreciate you too. Thank you for sharing space. And thank you, Denise. I'm so glad to see you. And I'm
Well, likewise.
yes, want to give thanks and praise to the Almighty for just being here.
Yes, yes, yes. And you have been, I mean, helping to spread the love and helping, I know this has to be somewhat a troubling time for you, maybe as well as all of us, because we've gone through COVID. We've dealt with the whole Black Lives Matter movement because of just what's happening to Black people across this country. We've seen what's happening with so many, with the violence, regardless of race. It's been a pretty tough time. And so, if there's ever any time we need to talk about Black love or Black Love Day, it's right at this moment.
Yes.
So tell me, why did you create Black Love Day?
Black Love Day was not a intellectual creation of myself. It was actually, I speak of it as a spiritual download. It was an inspiration from God. You know how the Blues Brothers were saying, I got a message from God, in that movie. I did. I got a message from the Creator. I was having a low period in my life. I decided at the first of the year in 1993 to take myself without my significant other that I had broken up with. And I went by myself to the movie, and I went to see the movie Malcolm X, the version that Spike Lee had created. And when I saw that scene of Black men killing my hero, Malcolm, I just really, really felt that. And as I sat into this bus coming home, this was an unusually hot day in DC. So it was just sunlight pouring inside of this bus. And I remember saying to myself, what can I do to stop violence and increase peace? And I heard through the sunlight of the bus, we need more Black love. We need more Black love. And the voice just kept coming to me, and it kept coming and coming every time I meditated, every time I sat quietly. We need more Black love. We need more Black love. Well, after about 3 or 4 days of hearing the voice, I believed it because I was already the founder of the African American Holiday Expo, which had started in 1989. And here, this is 93. I just believed that. I said, so what do you want me to do? Do you want me to start a Black Love Day? And I believe that I satisfied the voice. And from that point, for about 40 days later, books start falling off the shelf about Black love. The date of the 13th, Tony Browder speaks of that in one of his books. That fell off the shelf, and it was like, open right there to the page. And I found out that the number 13 is a spiritual number of transformation. And so I said we should have this on the 13th instead of the 14th. I had done studies about Valentine's Day and its commercialism and how all holidays affect people of African descent. And so I knew that we needed an alternative to the commercialism that is not spiritual on Valentine's Day, and that we needed a holiday that reflected us and our love needs and our culture. And so we had our first Black Love Day at the mayor's office in 93. And now here we are 29 years later, still celebrating our Black love.
So we will be, so how do we celebrate Black love? I mean, and it is a day.
It is.
But, I think it's also, I would look at it also as a kind of a movement. But how do we celebrate Black love?
Well, Black Love Day is now defined as the fourth oldest commemorative holiday, a day of observance, a day of celebration, a day of reconciliation and atonement. Focusing on the guiding principles of what we call 5 loving acts, the 5 acts of love. And that's the opportunity to demonstrate showing love for the Creator, ourself, our Black family, our Black community, and the Black diaspora. And we encourage people that day to use those guiding principles to show love in action. You don't just necessarily give a gift and that's your expression of love. It is an expression of love. But no, to give of yourself in love, to be more kinder that day, to be mindful of the connection that we have as a people and how we have to just love Black people. It's a day, I say, of being unapologetically Black, spend our money with people who look like us as an act of sharing our wealth and our empowerment so that we can all be elevated. It's a powerful day where we can transform in love. In the Black Love book, where I've been blessed to been able to write the rituals, the ceremonies, ways in which, people have actually asked me, how do I spend 24 hours demonstrating love?
Right, right.
Yeah, we demonstrate all other kinds of ways against things that, we want to see change in our community. Well, for 24 hours, just allow yourself to be love, give love, share love, talk about love, everything about love, because we really are a loving people who were taught not to love ourselves and to be
So
able to come back to ourselves. We
is
must
there
demonstrate love. Yes.
right? Is there anything in particular that you have planned for that day that folks
Yes.
need? I mean, for those who are not football fans,
Yes.
to be
Yes.
able to come and and share some loving activities.
Yes.
What do you
Oh,
have planned?
we always say it's not so much where you go for Black Love Day, but it's what you
Okay.
do with Black Love Day. But
Hmm.
because we are the stewards, the African American Holiday Association is the steward of Black Love Day. We have a relationship ceremony. We call it this year the official relationship ceremony because there's all kinds of Black Love Day events and activities now that have been born out of this movement. It is a Black Love movement. So we are having and hosting a 2-day day of celebration and talks and discussions, relationship, forms, reconciliation, rituals that will be on this weekend, the 12th and the 13th. 13th being always the official day of Black Love Day.
And so, how can people participate?
Yes, people should contact us at www.africanamericanholidays.org, and that's on the end, africanamericanholidays.org. You'll learn about what to do on Black Love Day, the colors to wear, purple and black, some of the rituals and concepts on how to share love. And you can get the link so you can pre-register at Eventbrite for this weekend's recognition, the official Black Love Day this weekend.
What can we do, Ayo, do you think, as a community to really show? I mean, this is a big concern right now because, the mayor, the council, the police, everybody's trying to deal with issues that affect young people in this city.
Yes.
And I think a lot of it, this is Denise speaking here, has to do with maybe, these kids not understanding that they have a voice, that they're appreciated, that, I mean, I don't know, but what could we do in our communities to really turn to turn this tide around as it relates to some of the violence we're seeing that's being committed by
Yes.
children, young people?
Yes.
What's missing? What do we need to do?
Yes. I know that Valentine's Day can be a very violent time. It's going to be it's always a spike around this time of the year. As a founder of this day, also as a mother who lost his son to violence, lots of young people in my community were taken from violence against each other. And I've been working on pro-peace for a long time. And this year's our tenet, showing love for the Creator, we elevated it as the tenet. Our message this year is finding spiritual joy through our Black love. And with all this isolation, all this fear, all this trauma, right? We really truly need to help our young people come back to the reality that there is something higher than their self. There's a spiritual essence in love that helps us transform. If we understand that we are in the image of a living God, that if we can teach our children, that means that the Creator is always listening to us, watching our thoughts. And when I look at you, I see the Creator. When you look at me, you see the Creator. And so you're less likely to harm someone who looks like you. You're more willing to slow down and recognize that this is not some TV sitcom concept, but this is reality. And we learn that through the Creator's love for us, that we truly, truly can shift and change and grow. That's the divine love that we must have for each other. So we can give our children something else to hold on to, hope and resilience, which is the opposite of fear and trauma and pain. And so we really do encourage people to see that this year's message is very much needed at this time.
That hope and resilience, I think, really rings true, and we cannot lose either one. And we have to figure out how to instill it, particularly in young folks.
Faith,
I appreciate you sharing that with us.
Yes, faith to me gives us hope and resilience.
Right. Ayo Handy Kendi, thank you so much for being with us, for talking about Black Love Day. We hope that everybody feels the spirit, not only on February 13th, but it carries them through the rest of the year and the rest of their lives. And we really appreciate the fact that you're here to share this with us. So keep on keeping on, my sister.
All right. The ingredients in your coma: be patient, have a heart, return to love.
All right. All right. Thank you so much.
Where do you come to get